Britt, we were saying, do you want to start with the intro today? Do something diff?
Yeah, like just introducing the pod.
Yeah. Not 30
Yeah.
minutes
once.
in.
Yeah, test it out.
All right. Welcome back to another episode of So Glad We're Friends. I'm Maggie.
I'm Devon.
I'm Brittany. Is your office all packed up? Are you in your living room?
Yes, I'm in my living room.
How does
It's
it
actually
feel?
so nice.
Like, how are you feeling right now?
Excited. I don't really feel stressed. Cameron's like so stressed, and I'm like, why? We're thousands of dollars in debt and move out in 3 days and have nothing done. Why would you be stressed?
What do you mean? That's silly.
But no, I'm fine. Honestly, now like we're getting movers, so I don't feel stressed because I'm like, all I need to do is put shit in boxes and then they'll move everything. And they're coming on Friday while Cameron's at work. So like it'll be kind of cool because he'll just be at work, and then when he's done with work, we'll be all moved.
That's so insane.
That's pretty
This
crazy.
just like flew by. I know that probably like is flying by for you guys if it's flying by for me, but
yeah, probably. It's felt fast and slow at the same time. But it's just a little stressful of like the contractors that we're working with. These bathroom people are just not the best. They're pretty slow and not great with communication, and they still haven't put up the like shower head. And we texted them and we were like, I think like you guys were supposed to do that as well. And then also we had like a leak on our toilet coming from the bottom. And like now he can't go there because our floors are getting sealed today. So like nobody can walk on the wood floors. So now that can't be fixed until after we move in. So it's just like, will I be able to
And
shower?
that's your only toilet, right?
Yeah.
And your only shower.
Part. I mean, like it should be.
Are there 2 toilets in the house, or there's 1 toilet in the whole house?
Toilet.
We talked about this.
I know, but I'm still like
Brittany like can't imagine like a household with only 1 toilet.
What if you guys both had food poisoning?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's times where I'm like, I gotta go, and Joe's like, no, I gotta go, and we have like time and space for it.
That's actually funny because we did have food poisoning together before we lived together, and there was only 1 toilet in that house, and we literally took turns on the toilet, and the other one of us laid on the bathroom floor.
Oh my god,
so
that sounds horrible.
If it happens again, we've already experienced it. But I don't foresee it being an issue except for like when I come home and like I really have to pee really bad or something, but then like he can go in the backyard if he needs to also go.
Yeah, for sure. And he also doesn't work from home too, so
so it's not like an all day thing.
You'll have a lot of and your plan is to put another bathroom anyways. Yeah,
and I'm excited that like it has a closed door and everything. Like I'll be able to just go into a separate room. Like he won't be able to just walk in the bathroom. I'm sure he still will though.
I'm obsessed with the shower.
I love it so much.
How did you like was that like tile put up on a like shower? Like were you able to see it put together?
Yeah.
Or did you just like know what it was gonna look like?
I saw it on Pinterest first and like loved it, and I showed Cameron and he didn't like it at first. So then we like abandoned that and we're trying to come up with other ideas, and we could not decide like on how we wanted the shower because we picked out the floor tile, but we were like trying to figure out what would go with that. And then one day we were in bed, he showed me a picture of it on Pinterest, and I was like, what the fuck? I showed you this weeks ago.
That's my picture.
Yeah. So then I was like, okay, well, we're doing this then. And Tile Club and Home Depot both have tiles that like they're literally exactly the same. We have samples for both of them. So we just ordered both of those and decided on the Tile Club one because they have 2 different stains. And it was like slightly cheaper than Home Depot. So we went with that. But yeah, I thought it was wood.
That's incredible. I love how it turned out. Yeah, well, it looks like it, and that's why I was like so drawn to it.
I feel like it's gonna be kind of not great to clean, but I'm prioritizing the prettiness.
Yeah, you'll figure.
Is it textured?
Yeah, it'll be fun. It's like no, like it doesn't feel like wood. Like it feels flat, like tile.
Well, isn't it like a groove?
It's
like this?
Yeah, like it has grooves. Like it looks like there's grout, but there's just not actually grout. like because it's just a big slab and they come in big pieces. Like it's like 24 by 36 inches or something.
Oh.
Yeah. Like
how did your tile people mess that up?
I literally have no idea.
Like I would understand if they were like individual little tiles and they were like, oh, like which one should go up on the wall? Which one should go on the ground? That's weird.
I have no idea. And like when we were there, oh yeah, like if you guys don't know, they put freaking our bathroom floor tile on our shower walls, and we walked in and we were like, this is wrong. And the guy's like, do you want us to take it down? And we were like, yeah.
Oh my god.
Literally like all our people pleasing, we were almost like, you can just leave it, I guess. But
oh my god.
Take it down.
But like you had these like massive slabs of tile, like that just you can't do anything else with them.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't make any sense. But they were acting like their boss, which is the one that we've been communicating with, didn't communicate it to them. But then when we told him, he was like, I told them, like I have no idea why they would get that wrong. So I don't know who the liar in this situation.
Yeah. Whose fault?
Yeah.
That's so fun.
This weekend I went shopping.
Oh, where?
I bought some Levi's and I bought some stuff from Urban Outfitters.
Fun.
Ooh, did you get like Levi jeans or the jean shorts?
Jean shorts.
Ooh, I need some more jean shorts.
Like the 512s or whatever?
501s.
501s.
I'm excited.
Same thing, right?
I need clothes for San Diego.
Are you excited for San Diego?
Yeah. Except I'm really nervous because I'm going for 4th of July.
Driving?
Yeah. And we're bringing the dogs, and I don't know what is going to happen when the fireworks are happening. Like, I'm really nervous for Willow.
You could go to
Does she normally not like them?
She hates them. Like, even if she just hears one in the distance, she's like shaking and like hiding under things. And we're going to be in a new place, and we're going to be staying right on the beach, and there's fireworks on the beach. So I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be able to watch fireworks. I'm going to have to stay in the house hiding with her to like comfort her. I'm not just going to leave her alone in a new place with the fireworks popping off.
Well, I'm sure also at the beach, I'm sure there's so many people that just keep setting them off all night too.
I feel like in California, they're not allowed to
just go for
that.
The show.
That's what I don't understand is like fireworks are illegal in so many places now, but it's still like people still do it.
Oh my god. People in Chicago would set them off in the middle of the street at like from like 3 or 4 in the afternoon until like midnight.
That's how it is
or
here.
Later. It was
and
like
it's illegal.
I was just so, and it's in the city. Like this was like in the city, like where there's like a bunch of trees and houses and everything's like super close together. They would like be popping them off in the alleyways and like in the street. And it's like so fucking dangerous.
It's so annoying.
That's so crazy. Literally our neighbor's whole shed got burned down last year.
Like what?
Like all like 7 trees. They had privacy trees like covering their back, like in front of their house, and it's like the side of their house, and then their shed's right there. Yeah. All the trees gone, their shed gone.
Oh my god.
It was so horrible. And probably just like kids. I think it's just like teenagers, or I see families do it too though a lot.
Yeah. There's like I don't know if you can get them in Illinois, but like I don't think you could used to buy them in Michigan. And so like people right over the border in Ohio, they would have like tons of tents just like popped up because it was like it was like 45 minutes away. And so people would just like go across to Ohio and then like buy them and bring them back.
I just don't see the point. They're literally so dumb.
There's like a million. There's like a million firework tents up right now in our area. Same. And again, like Colorado is so like prone to wildfires. Like you can't just be popping off.
That's so crazy. Fireworks. I've never liked fireworks. Like never been a fan of. No.
Yeah.
Devon, what is your family?
I like them just for like the tradition of them.
Yeah. I'm proud to be an American. That's the part I like. Devon, in San Diego, like what does your family do? Do you guys just mostly chill on the beach?
Yeah, that's what I want to do this time. We're usually like going to eat places and walking around and shopping and stuff, but I just want to like chill on the beach.
Do you go ride the roller coaster?
We have before, but it's not like a thing that we have to do on our agenda every time.
Oh, ours is. We always go every year.
Yeah, I've only gone like once, I think.
I don't even remember there being a roller coaster.
I've only been a scary roller coaster. So. It is old and it is wood. It's like one of the oldest original wood roller coasters.
Really?
And like your neck will be hurting after. Like it's like
yeah, it just makes me sick.
Yeah, no, it's not fun. I also broke my phone on G-Force there one time because I literally like it just fell out of my pocket while the ride was swinging.
Oh my God.
And you found it?
Yeah, I was just on the floor under the ride. Shattered.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
It was a bummer.
Yeah, we don't usually go to Belmont
San Diego Park again.
Do you stay on Mission Beach?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever gone surfing?
No.
Have you?
That's what I remember doing in San Diego.
Oh. I don't participate in going into the ocean.
Yeah.
What's the small one that you board? Boogie board.
Boogie board.
If it's hot enough outside, I'll do that. But the ocean kind of scares me.
Yeah, it's terrifying and it's really cold.
I think it depends on like where the ocean, like where it is. I feel like most oceans don't scare me that much though.
I saw this video on TikTok of a beach in Florida, and it was like showing like the people in the water and then where the sharks were. And they're like surprisingly so much closer than you realize. Jesus. It was like a drone shot scary. Of the ocean.
Okay. I would not like that. Yeah. I like to just pretend. I mean, I never go that far in. I'm like,
yeah, me too.
Just kind of dunking in.
Yeah.
Okay, with this whole submarine thing, were you guys shocked by the location of the Titanic? Like, I had no idea it was like that. It's
guys, I have not been following it at all. I feel like there's been
really?
By the time I found out about it, there's just too much news. Can we like recap what happened?
You missed out.
Oh my God, it's like my entire TikTok For You page.
I know. I'm sure I could make it my For You page, but
you could.
It's nothing.
Yeah. Watch a few videos.
I have not engaged at all.
Basically just these 5 really rich people decided that they wanted to join this expedition thing, which has been going on for a long time, and a lot of celebrities have gone on it. A lot of YouTubers have done it or been invited to do it. Mr. Beast got invited to do it.
Not this specific one though.
It wasn't the Ocean Gate one? Not
no.
Mr. Beast. But like
the Ocean Gate submersible had only gone out a couple times this year. I don't even know if it's been able to make it to the Titanic once this year, maybe one time or something.
So it's a new submarine
before, right?
It's not even a submarine.
It has several times.
So it tries to make the journey to the Titanic, but like they don't necessarily, depending on the weather and like what's going on, they can't make it all the way to the Titanic. But like a lot of people have taken submarines to explore the Titanic, but this one, Ocean Gate, was like very shoddy. He was like controlling it with a Logitech controller. It didn't have a GPS on it. So it was just like literally sketchy.
The ones with the 2 control sticks that says like XYBA.
Like yeah, it looks like a PlayStation controller, except it's not even a PlayStation brand. It's Logitech brand.
Did the people on the boat know this going into it?
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, they had to sign away their lives with these waivers. They paid $250,000 a person for this expedition.
And this is like so cool to tell somebody about this for the first time. It's like, wait, whoa, you have no idea.
No.
But there's like a bunch of videos of past ones, or like Devon saying they wouldn't always go down to the Titanic, but like they'd get in it and do practice ones, or like you start going and then if something's wrong, then you go back up or whatever. But it's like the tiniest space. Like when these 5 people are in it, it's completely full. Like you're just sitting there and like there's nothing.
It's like the size of a minivan.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I would be so claustrophobic.
It's like,
and so like when they lost contact with them and then did not regain contact. And so, you know, the company started panicking and everybody started like estimating how much oxygen they had left inside if they were lost under the sea. Like they're afraid maybe the submersible got caught on the Titanic and they couldn't come to the surface. And so it was like this big search. And, you know, everybody was like estimating like if they're at the bottom of the ocean, it's completely pitch dark. It's freezing. They're stuck in this submarine for like 5 days, and everybody
there was like a countdown,
like empathizing
of the air.
Yeah, literally news stations had a little countdown of like submersible oxygen remaining. I saw this
like,
news
so they're like in 70
TV
hours
channel.
They'll die.
Yeah.
Oh my God. How did they get them out? Are they out yet?
No, girl, they died.
Unfortunately. So
I feel so bad to laugh because this is actually the saddest thing ever, but just the fact that you don't even know that they died is like so crazy. The scientists were estimating was that it imploded because the shoddy submersible
pressure
was not keeping the pressure out. There must have been like some kind of leak, and so it just imploded in like 2 milliseconds or something. So
like faster than
after
your brain
all this
can process.
Yeah, apparently it just like imploded faster than your brain can process pain. So they had no clue what happened because it was so fast. But
so it's like the best case scenario of that. If they were to pass away, it's the best case of them passing away.
Yeah,
but
they weren't like
obviously it would be
sitting
best
in
to find them.
Yeah, they weren't like choking on air and like couldn't breathe.
I saw James Cameron.
Did they go find it?
They found debris from it, but the submarine just like liquefied. Like when it implodes, it gets like the heat gets as hot as like the surface of the sun or something.
Oh my God.
But they found like pieces that were attached to it on the ocean floor, and so that's how they were able to surmise that it just imploded.
Oh my God.
And James Cameron was talking about like normally how submersives like that, they're not usually rounded in this way. Like whatever the material isn't meant to be rounded, and this one was. So it was like over time, like they were talking about like if you bend wood or something, you can start to hear it crack, but like you know that it's not fully gonna crack yet. But like this just started to over time, so then it might have been just like one thing and then it just like overly cracks. But it was freaky because the Navy apparently like heard the implosion in the ocean because like the United States put in like sonar technology after World War II to be able to hear if like other countries were coming to attack us or something underwater. So they heard like a noise, but they didn't know that it was that until after the fact. Or tell the families or anything, but it's really sad.
When they were looking for them, still
were there couples or anything, or it was like one person from like a family?
It was a father and son, a 19-year-old boy. It was really sad. And then there was another dad, and his son wasn't on it, but he has a little son, and the little son's like whole Instagram is like dedicated to his dad. Like he's like always posting pictures of his dad of like, my dad's the coolest. Like I can't believe that he does this and this. So sad. But then Obama was in this interview and he was like talking about it, and he was like, it's just so crazy that everyone cares so much about the submarine. All the news is about the submarine, and like apparently in another country 700 people sank on a boat like the other week.
And no one knows.
Nobody talks about that. Like I had no idea that happened whatsoever.
The submersible thing was like a movie, though. Like everybody was just like so infatuated with this whole situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like one of those things where they willingly put themselves at risk versus like the people on the boat that like, I mean, it's a tragedy that they like all passed away like on that boat.
Yeah,
like,
it was like they were trying to escape
like,
their country and like overloaded
refugees.
The boat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad.
But that's like that's like the same thing. Like there's just like all the time there's like these stories that make the news and they either like get helped or whatever, but there's like so many stories that don't get to make the news and like these people are just like silently suffering.
That's really sad.
But
would you guys rather go to space or in the ocean?
Neither. You couldn't pay me enough money to do either.
You have to choose one. Like, this is a would you rather.
Nope.
I think space.
That's not.
I'm afraid of the Finding Nemo Disneyland ride.
That's what they should do for the Titanic. You should go in it and then they can just play the video of the Titanic.
They should change it to a Titanic
I'm just
ride.
confused like how they were able to like get safety checked past to like go in the submarine.
It's not
I don't think they did. Yeah.
Like the contract that they signed says death like 8 times or something I saw.
That's crazy.
So like they probably
the family can't even sue
because they covered. Yeah, it's like skydiving or something. I'd rather go to space though because it's at least been done more times and seems safer.
I feel like going to space would make me so sick.
Same.
For how fast you have to like take off.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you guys do one of those like planes where you just go like zero gravity? Have you seen those? They do them on like bachelor dates.
Oh, yeah.
I would be throwing up.
I'm scared of that.
I don't know if I would throw up.
Like Vanessa.
Do you get motion sickness on like boats?
So bad.
I do sometimes.
I don't think I really do.
Worst day of my life is when I went swimming with sharks in Hawaii out in the middle of the ocean. I was so fucking nauseous.
I would not be doing
completely white. It was horrible. Like I didn't even give a shit about the sharks. We were in a cage. The people. And the sharks were all around.
But that's actually terrifying that you did that. I can't believe that you did that.
Were they mad? Did they like come and bite the cage?
No, they didn't give a shit. I mean, I wasn't afraid of the sharks. I was just like afraid of dying because I just could not stop throwing up. It was so bad.
Was it scary just being underwater in the cage? Like of the like I'd
Well, I mostly stayed out of the water.
Oh, okay.
Because you're like in a cage that's like floating halfway above and halfway below, and then you have your snorkel and you can like dip under and like look at the sharks and stuff. But I was just like, I'm done getting out of here. Let's go. Like,
I thought you're in scuba and like have to stay under.
Oh no.
Can you take like Dramamine or anything, or does that not
I did.
help?
It didn't help.
And really?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you need like a prescription strength something.
Yeah. I don't know. I won't be doing that again though. So
that's crazy.
No more boats for Devon.
Not in the ocean, anyways.
Well, that story has definitely been an obsession of mine because it's my entire TikTok For You page.
Yeah, me too.
What else have you guys been obsessed with?
Oh, we're getting into the obsessions.
Might as well.
Did you guys see the first season of The Bear?
No, but I need to. I've been slacking so badly on TV.
Yes. So it's like such a different style of show. Joe and I really liked the first season a lot. And then the second season, the first episodes were kind of slow. But then like the last like 4 or 5 were just incredible. Like the way that they were shot, the stories, the character arcs, like everything was just incredible. So if anyone hasn't seen The Bear, just like know that the first, I mean, I think I might watch the first season again because I kind of forgot some of the stuff that happened. But the last ones are just like so good. And now we're like obsessed with cooking again. Like,
I'm going to start that next. That'll be my next show.
Yeah. I love him. He was my favorite in, what's it called?
Shameless.
Yeah. Shameless. That was a good show. That was a long show, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
feel like it stayed good though. Like they didn't ruin it in any way, which is good.
Yeah, that is true. What other shows have you guys been watching?
I'm still fucking obsessed with Daisy Jones and the Six, so I'll just get that out of the way early on.
Have you memorized the whole season yet?
Oh my god, that was so hard.
Episodes?
Dude, I
just that one scene.
Like, there was real tears. Like, I was bawling, laughing so hard. And Devon's
it was
video,
so
like,
hard. You should have seen
productive.
Yeah.
She's like trying to describe how she wasn't productive that day, and then she's like, and this is what I did all day, and then it just cuts to reciting Daisy Jones. It's so funny.
Well, have you seen people do those TikToks where they like recite a random commercial or something? I got it in my head because I knew a couple of lines from that scene that I could do that scene. And it was so hard to like say it exactly when they were saying it, and to like I had like probably 30 takes of that video on my phone. I deleted it all, but
that is so
funny. I love the stickers you put on
I love
Kindle.
that it was.
Thank you.
I love that you were holding it like right in front of you with the camera. Like, yeah, all of that happened.
I was going to just post that as a TikTok, and I was like, no, I can't. People won't get it, and they'll think I'm crazy.
I mean, you still should.
So I put it in my blog.
That was good. Any other TV shows? I need like a new one
I
now.
said, I've been slacking on TV. Like someone just recently asked me what I've been watching, and I've been reading mostly.
No idea. Yeah.
You watched the Amy Schumer comedy special? I haven't watched it
it was really good. Also, Never Have I
good.
Ever.
I've seen a lot of TikToks. Oh, I've never watched that.
Oh, it's so good. You should watch it. Oh, you guys should watch it. I love that show.
How many seasons are there?
I think 4. And they're like 10 episodes, and they're like short. But it's like a comforting show about this high school girl that's trying to be cool, and I don't know. I like it. Oh, Mindy Kaling writes and produces it, so it's good.
Oh yeah, so it's got to be good.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I've tried to watch that one or not yet. I definitely will try it though.
I've only been watching Vanderpump Rules.
I started based on a true story. It's
is that the one with
Peacock?
Yes, I want to watch that too. With what's her name? Kaylee Cuoco.
I don't remember. I don't know any actors' names. But I don't know how I feel about it. I think I'll give it a couple more episodes.
Is it actually based on a true story?
Oh my god, I don't think so. I don't know though. It's about this girl this couple, and the girl's obsessed with like listening to murder podcasts, and then she like wants to go solve a murder and like do a podcast on it.
That kind of reminds me of Only Murders in the Building.
Well, so that's what I heard on a podcast. Yeah, somebody was like, that's the same as Only Murders in the Building. And then someone was like, the difference is in this one, based on a true story, they have the murder on their podcast versus trying to solve the murder. They are trying to get the murder to stop and have him actually on the podcast.
Interesting. Well, I'm going to watch it. Yeah. Honestly, I don't mind if people make similar shows over and over again, because I mean that's how books are. We literally read the same fucking book over and over again in like a different font, you know?
Yeah. Different characters, different location.
Yeah, exactly.
Which reminds me, my like obsession book, like my new one that I'm like telling everyone to read. I think it's called The Last Word. Let me just look at the title. Oh,
is it addicting?
And no. Sorry. The Last Word was really, really good. But Nora goes off script. I just like, it was like the most like feel good story. This girl like recently got divorced, but she's like a screenwriter. She's like a writer for TV shows or movies, and she typically just like writes, rom-coms that go on the Lifetime channel. But she wrote one that is like getting blown up and has like huge actors, and like they were using her house because like she based it on her own life, so they're using her house for it, and then like the story kind of evolves from there. But it was just like a really good feel good like enemies to lover trope a little bit. Like
cute.
writer
like
stuff, like just good.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can get out of my thriller era that I'm in right now. I am so obsessed.
Been, like, Freedom McFadden's number one fan.
Yes, I seriously.
I think I need credit for the starting that.
Which one did you start? The Housemaid.
Okay,
the silence.
I'll credit you. I was like, I was seeing. I mean, we both. I tried to convince you read it because we were seeing it on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Is a Housemaid by Freedom Mc?
It took you till I finished the second one to start.
If if her books are like the, what's the one I liked? With the couch in the frame. No, Never Lie.
Oh yeah, they're all like that. Like the only like creepy, like gross one was The Housemaid, honestly.
Okay, the other ones are better.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes like what about The Inmate?
Yeah, that one was like
one.
I haven't read that one yet.
What ones have you read?
The Inmate, Ward D, Do Not Disturb. All the names are just like so random that I literally can't.
Yeah. Oh my god. The premise of I just like read the beginning of Ward D. Medical student Amy Brenner is spending the night on a locked psychiatric ward. I don't know.
Oh shit.
It's not. I think you wouldn't be bothered by it.
Okay.
I think The Perfect Son was good. I'm reading The Wife Upstairs right now. It's very much like Verity.
Okay.
It's totally giving Verity. So there's like this girl comes to work for this family whose the wife was in an accident and she can't move or talk. And the husband's actually a writer. And you're trying to figure out like the girl who came to work for them found the wife's diary and is like slowly reading. So I feel like she's going to figure out that the husband is like
mixed with the housemaid, the second housemaid.
Totally, exactly.
Whoa.
So
I think I could do that. Yeah. I think that sometimes like if I've read too much of the same genre and the same style of story, I have to like do like a 180 and do something completely different.
Yeah.
If I've read like too many of those books. Soon.
Yeah, because the last I was unable to like guess the endings. Like they always shocked me, but the last one that I read, I guessed it. So I was I'm getting too I'm getting too good at this.
So interesting. Yeah. You just like, especially with like certain love stories, you kind of just like can predict the twists within it too.
Yeah.
I'll test it out. I think I'll try The Wife Upstairs.
Yeah, you should.
I think I was looking at my number of books for the year. I'm at 43 books this year.
Holy shit. I think I've read 6 or 7.
I have no idea how many I've read.
That's
crazy.
I
just powered through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Hey, but 8, I've probably 9, watched 40 TV shows.
10.
I've watched 40 TikToks.
Times like 1,000.
4,000, 40,000.
Okay, who I'm obsessed with right now in the influencer space is Victoria Paris.
Oh my god, me too.
Her. I am just like,
that's so weird.
I went on like a phase of her where like I enjoyed her videos. Like I found her, like she had like a viral video something, and I followed her, but like I wasn't really into her videos when
she used to annoy me.
And then now I'm like refreshing. Yes, but what's changed? Like how is she like?
Know.
Or have we changed and we're like we appreciate how like her candor and like personality. And
I honestly saw someone make a video about her recently and they said that the same thing that we're saying, and they said that they think that she's grown up a lot.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I don't know. I've
lately
been loving
she posts
her
like 6
too.
or 7 videos a day, And I'm just like, I live for them at the end of the day. I'm like, oh my God, we have like 7 videos.
I love her bangs.
Like,
I love her house.
Yeah. It's so not like, and maybe the reason I like it is because it's nothing that like I vibe with whatsoever. Like I would never cut my bangs like that. I would never do my hair like that.
Yeah, it's like aspirational, like kind of
my house would not look like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's just like I enjoy like seeing her in her element. And
whoa, I just went to her Instagram and her Instagram vibe is so different than her TikTok vibe. And that always just makes me like,
really?
Yeah, when people have such a different,
I feel like they're very similar.
I'm like, whoa.
I want to be like.
Oh, do you mean like what she posts, like photo wise?
Yeah,
yeah,
like photo wise she posts. Yeah, that's true. But like, I feel like her personality is those photos, like what she posts.
Yeah. I just think it's cool to see people who are mostly TikTok famous, like the way that they use Instagram, because it's very different than like the way that I.
Yeah, Ken does
do
that.
Both.
So different.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been like, real refreshing.
Yeah, I agree. Something different.
Really cool.
Yeah. I also love her ads too. She doesn't do.
Oh my God, how she got Celsius
like,
to partner with her.
Love that the brands give her so much creative freedom. Like she's swearing, she's like saying like off the cuff things like in every one of her ads.
I love her voice.
And they just like let her.
I've been obsessed. It's summer in the Hamptons season again, and the private chefs are out.
Yes. Have you found Rob Lee?
Yes.
Have you found Rob Lee?
Yes. And there's this girl also that's doing like a whole pyramid of all of the private chefs in the Hamptons. Yes. And I love that. Like she's like, this person's on top this week. Meredith's our all-time #1. Like it's just so entertaining. And like funny. Just to imagine the life of those billionaires who just have a private chef in their kitchen all day.
How Riley crazy. And I have the same manager.
Who's Riley?
I don't know.
One of the chefs. She left him out the first round.
Okay, I need to find.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
I need to find him.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Cool.
I need more private chefs to follow. Do you follow Mare's like Wishbone Kitchen's spam account?
I think so.
I'm obsessed with that. Like I want more content there. She's another one where it's just refreshing. She's just like so I don't know. It's very different.
And she's just so talented. Like just watching someone be able to have that level of talent, or just like all the random recipes that they come up with that like I would never even think to cook.
I really like Rob Lee because he's so fucking funny. Do you go through his comment section?
No.
His replies to people are just like next level. You have to go and see them.
Okay.
I don't always go through people's comment section, but like he's funny as fuck.
I usually live in the comments.
I want more from him.
That's so funny. Yeah, TV wise, I've literally only been watching Vanderpump Rules, where we just finished season 5, so that's exciting. I highly recommend.
Are they on 9 seasons now?
I think 10. It's a big journey, but I think it's worth it. It's fun sleep TV to go to bed.
You know what reality show is kind of addicting? It just started a new season, I think. Claim to Fame. Hosted by Kevin Jonas.
I don't know what
it's like so addicting because you want to try to guess. Yeah. You want to try to guess who they're related to. It's on ABC. It was on before The Bachelor last night. So that's why we were watching it. And I was like, oh my God, everybody be quiet. I need to try to figure out who this person's related to.
It's like celebrities' relatives go on the show, and then everyone tries to guess who they're related to, and then they kick people out.
That's so funny.
Are you watching?
And you have to
are you still watching The Bachelor?
Yeah, it's like my family's thing.
I think I'm not going to.
That's so impressive.
This is going to be my first Bachelorette I haven't watched. I didn't watch Bachelor.
Wow.
I was trying to say we should just watch Claim to Fame instead, but they weren't.
So do they come over to your house every Monday?
We go to my mom's house every Monday, do dinner. And I suffer through.
That's nice. That's like Joe's stepmom and stepsister are like religious about their bachelorette. watching. I think it's cute. Like they like are always talking about it and watch it a lot.
I always try to get into it every season, but it's just the same shit starts happening every season. It's like the same bullshit. It just feels so fake. And then I'm just like, okay, I don't give a shit anymore. There's always the villain and it's always the same freaking storyline, but with new people. So, but I'm trying. There were a couple cute guys I'm rooting for now.
Oh. Sorry, you were done talking when I started talking.
Oh, go ahead.
Fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh, I think The Bachelor at the time was like kind of the only show semi like that, and now there's just so many shows that are similar.
You know,
but
that's
better.
so
It's
true.
Like, there's no point in watching.
Yeah,
it.
and The Bachelor is on network TV, so it's very restricted still, and it's like almost like the old school traditional dating show. While
appointment TV,
we have all of these like really out there dating shows and stuff.
Yeah. That's interesting. Because I used to watch all of the Bachelor, Bachelorette stuff. I never got into like Bachelor in Paradise, but I used to really like them. What I am actually excited for, reality TV wise, is Housewives of New York.
Oh, is that like where there's new girls,
Sai De Silva's
right?
in it. Yeah, Sai De Silva is like one of my favorite influencers ever. And she's Scout the City on like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. And she's in it. I think that'll
be
so
interesting.
Cool
it's interesting that they did a whole new crop of people.
Yeah,
I think that's
they're such successful women. Like,
not just housewives.
You know, husband's money. It's like they are like they have built their own empires. And like Scout is actually someone that I think you would really like, Maggie, in terms of like the creative design, creative direction. Like she shoots, like she works really closely with the brands and has a lot of creative direction when she's creating campaigns and stuff like that. Or like she'll literally design a campaign for brands to shoot.
I hope they like show that in the show. Like
I know, I hope so too.
How cool. I think that's so smart
that
to
get
younger people to start watching Housewives.
Yeah. It got me, like, I'm so excited. I keep like refreshing. I'm like, when does it start? It doesn't start until like July 16th, but that's okay.
Oh, maybe I'll watch.
16th. That's coming up quick.
It's so far away, but very close. I'm also newly obsessed with tuna melts. It's my new like hyperfixation meal, which is like so random.
Interesting. I was trying to think if I had a hyperfixation meal. I don't think I have one.
I was too, and I was like, I don't think I have one currently.
Weird.
Yeah, I'm
tuna
like
melts. So what do you? How do you make it? What's the bread? What's
do you use your own sourdough?
When we have sourdough, yes. Freshly like off the block cheddar, shredded, not like in a bag, shredded cheddar.
Okay.
Dill, chopped pickles, celery. And I'm actually doing it with Greek yogurt instead of mayo, which is actually really good because I'm trying to get more protein in. And then lay that out on sourdough. Toast the sourdough first. Then put the tuna and stuff on, and then sprinkle the cheese, and then put it in the broiler to like melt the cheese and make it a little crispy.
That's smart. Like, so I've never thought of doing that with the broiler. I am
because I like the cheese to be like melted and crispy.
So do you mix it all together, or do you sprinkle the cheese on top?
Sprinkle the cheese on top. Okay. I like the cheese like to be mushed together.
I am obsessed with the grape
Maggie,
Olipop.
I'm guessing you don't like tuna.
Did my silence let you know?
I know. I mean, it's fish, so I didn't think it fell into your food groups.
No, but Cameron eats tuna, so I'll let him know.
Yeah. That's good. Grape Olipop. Do you like Poppy or Olipop better? And what's the difference?
See, I thought that I liked Poppy better, but then I found the grape Olipop. So I'd like them both. Oh. I can't find the grape Poppy, so I would need to like compare side by side.
Isn't that new?
Yes.
Isn't the
I think the Olipop one is new too.
I don't know.
But I don't know.
I don't really like any sort of like fizzy things. I don't like any. Yeah, I don't really like grape flavored stuff. Like
it is so good.
Joe really likes it, and always like it's weird to me. But maybe that's Did you guys used to drink grape juice growing up?
Mm-mm.
We used to have that for like
only at church.
We had like I don't even know what she was. She was like childcare, and she would always like have the Welch's like grape juice. So maybe that's why I don't like grape stuff.
No, I always loved grape soda though.
When you just said, when I said I'll tell Cameron that, it reminded me. So I have my computer like in our living room now because my office is all packed up. So my computer was like sitting behind our coffee table right here. And I had the podcast like loaded to go to YouTube because I finished editing it yesterday and it was like all scheduled to post. And that was pulled up on my computer. And we're like eating dinner and he goes, "Do you ever talk about me on the podcast?" And I was like, yeah. And he was like, "Well, I'm just wondering because I see this episode's called Foreplay something, and I'm just wondering if you talked about that." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't say anything bad about you, but we definitely talk about you." And then he was like, "By name? Do you say my name?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Who else would you be talking about?
And then he goes, because in the podcast, how we were saying Becca called Haley before it was public, she would call her 95P because she said she was 95% sure that they would be together. And so Cameron's like, "I don't know, I'd like to be called like 95P or something." And I was like, "But everyone already knows who you are."
Sometimes he sounds like a little kid to me.
He does.
So innocent.
Like a little kid sometimes.
Other like drink stuff, we didn't like have Dutch Brothers in Chicago, so it's new to us. And so our favorite coffee right now is like a Dutch Brothers cold brew with extra soft top and caramel
Dutch Bros.
Oh,
Dutch Bros, whatever.
Dutch Brotherin.
Dutch Bros.
The Dutch Brotherin.
Yeah. The Dutch
word demon.
Do you guys like Dutch Bros?
I live right across the street from one, and yeah, me too. I never
That's
go.
like what the first time I ever got it, I like hated it because I was like, what did they put? It's like just a sugar drink. But this is a very like not sweet, not overly sweet. It's like because the soft top isn't sweetened and it's just caramel drizzle, so it's like the perfect amount of like sweetness to it. And cold brew is obviously really bitter, so
yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Also, they're just too friendly. Like, I just don't want to go have that social interaction.
Yeah, you have to.
Honestly,
it would be good for you.
They're like, "What are you doing today?" I'm like, "This is what I'm doing today."
They are. Is that okay? So that's like across the board. Like they're trained to be that friendly. I didn't know like jokes because there's one.
Where there's this one guy in your car.
This guy, like, we were waiting. There was like a little bit longer of a wait at the window, and he's like, "So what are you guys doing this weekend?" We're like, "Oh, we're like going to play tennis or something." He's like, "What else are you guys doing this weekend?" We're like,
"Oh my god,
we don't have plans, okay? Like nothing. Like leave us alone." Because like you know when you just don't like we didn't plan out the weekend. We don't fucking know
exactly.
He's just like going on and on about it.
Yeah, no, that's
it's good practice
across
though.
The board.
You have to be mentally prepared for that. I also just love my Starbucks iced chai tea latte with oat milk. So I just always go to Starbucks. I love
my Starbucks.
Do you get espresso shots in it?
No, I should though, but then it's gonna be like $10 freaking.
Oh yeah,
it's so because I get
I recently have been going to this coffee shop that's like I'm paying like $8 fucking for a latte, and
it's like, actually ridiculous. For my sweet cream cold foam, it's $1.50.
Right? Yeah, because I get cold foam on top of mine too. So then if I add a freaking shot of espresso too, it's like
that's
$10.
Outrageous.
And that's why I love it. It's because
I didn't.
Foam.
How do they make
good though? Yeah,
I think I figured out how to make the cold foam at home, but
I try, but it's just never
keep tweaking it.
Good.
Yeah, I can't get the texture right.
I just have it. It's hard to get it thick enough. Yeah, it's like that's what I've been trying to figure out.
the ratio
because I get the foaminess, but not like the thickness of it. Because theirs is like thicker.
Yeah.
But I've been doing it with oat milk because I don't really like to drink dairy.
Oh yeah,
and oat milk is hard to get it to. Yeah.
Yeah, thicken up.
Yeah.
I still
it has
really
a weird texture.
So badly. Yeah, it does. Actually, no, I've been doing it with almond milk, but almond milk still has a weird texture. I want an espresso maker so bad. There's like a little mini one that they came out with. But I want to get it for my office to like have it like a cup of coffee in my office.
That'd be cute.
One of my obsessions is my chair.
Your chair.
The chair in my room, I am obsessed with it. It's like the perfect size. I can get like all snugly in it. I could read. I can like do some work. Because do you guys, when you're working, do you stay in one place the entire time or do you like moving around?
I move around.
Stay in one place.
I love moving around. Like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do a little desk work and then I'm like going into my chair, like going to the kitchen table, like going outside.
Oh yeah, I do that.
It's just nice to have like a little.
It's like a mini cloud couch. But in a chair form.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I like it.
That's such a good. They have so many like fabric options too. Like I was shocked because it's from Wayfair. And so they like custom make it and everything similar to like what they would do at like West Elm or any of those places. And they have tons and tons of color options. I think it was only like $600 versus like all the ones at West Elm and Pottery Barn and stuff were like thousands of dollars.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Love it.
Have you guys listened to the Witch Trials of J.K. Rowling? The podcast?
No.
I was wondering if Devon, you listened to the girl who made this podcast was on Armchair Expert. So I listened to that and then I was like, oh, I really want to listen to this podcast now. Because I had heard people talk about this podcast and I never listened to it because I was like, what is that even about? And like when back in 2020 when J.K. Rowling like initially was under fire for saying some trans things on Twitter, I never like fully looked into it. I think because I was like scared because I love her so much and I love Harry Potter so much and I like was scared that she might be like wildly having a different opinion than me and then that would like change my opinion of her. So I think I just like ignored those things, which is probably not the best. But this podcast is so cool because the girl who's doing it used to be a part of the Westboro Baptist Church, which was that like really, really, really extreme Christian group where like they would hold signs outside of like the Sandy Hook shooting and like be happy that those people died because they would say like people who died are sinners and like God wants that because they sinned and they deserve that. Like they're the ones that holding up like God hates fags and like like what was like all Jews burn in hell, like so many signs like that.
That's crazy.
This girl was a part of that. And then basically she started using the internet and talking to people and people started being like having conversations with her and trying to change her opinion. And she actually met her husband through that. And her husband is Jewish. And like literally she was holding a sign like Jews will burn in hell. And her husband like came up to her and brought her Jewish food and was like very nice to her. And like people being open to her and having those conversations with her allowed her to like be exposed to the truth and change her mind and change her opinion basically. It's so cool. So then this whole podcast, it's only 7 episodes. Yeah, it's so cool. So it's 7 episodes and each episode is like a different topic leading into the whole J.K. Rowling thing. But I just love it because I love like whenever I'm like really firm in my beliefs, I still like listening to other sides of things. And something they said in the podcast that was cool is like when you feel most convicted about your opinion about something, that's when you should question it most to be like, is this actually how I should be feeling? So it's just really cool. Like they had trans people on. J.K. Rowling did a whole interview throughout the whole entire podcast. Like this girl, you can't even tell like what side she's on. And it's not even like sides. Like it's doing a very good job of like expressing both sides of like the conversation and like bringing it together. And I feel like if we had these things about other topics, like we could solve things more.
That would be awesome. I talked to my dad about that actually because he's very opinionated in terms of like, you know, political things, all that stuff. And he's like recently just been more like, okay, I can be opinionated, but like, let's have like very open conversations with people. Like, don't put people down. Like, don't tell them they're stupid for what they believe. Like,
yeah,
the more open we can be and like have actual conversations, like that's where people will change their minds. Like,
yeah, on Armchair Expert,
like shit, and like
she talked about how you can actually change someone's mind, like the steps and the way that you have to handle your conversation or debate to like actually influence someone rather than just like getting angry and insulting them. And, you know, there's like specific things you need to do.
There's way too much of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm not the best at that. Like, I'm not the greatest. If somebody's very shut off, then I'll be shut off too and be like, okay, well, then I just think you're stupid. Like, I think your opinion is dumb. And then I don't give them the opportunity. But it is so true. It's kind of like in the way, if people want to bring a good light to Christians again, then it is acting in that loving way and like showing people this is the way that Christians should act. So it's kind of the same politically of like, oh, I want to show people like that I'm loving and accepting and open to all these kinds. That includes people who don't think the same way as me. I don't know. It's just very good. I highly recommend it to everybody who hasn't listened. And it just like made me think about issues in different ways and like different topics within the trans debate. Is very cool.
I love that.
I like that.
Yeah.
What about skincare, makeup products you guys are currently loving?
Self-tanner.
What one?
I use Saint-Tropez, the mousse one. And I'm just obsessed with being tan. But Maggie, I wanted to ask you if you have like a lotion one that you use to like hold over, you know, like to keep the tan so that you don't have to do like the full on like mousse thing that often.
Yeah. The Tanologist drops, you just put them in your lotion. And so that's like really easy because they're just clear and you can kind of like put as many as you want. So I'll usually do that like halfway through the week sometimes because it's just like I put on lotion anyways.
Does that give you good color?
Yeah, like it just kind of keeps the maintenance. But I still tan every single week. Like I always tan once a week.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with being tan, but like from the sun. Like I've been laying out so much with sunscreen.
I physically can't. Like I'm not
Me
able
either.
to.
I
so,
love
like,
it.
I could lay out for 3 hours and I don't get tan.
You don't get tan at all. Do you burn or you just don't get tan?
I just burn. Like my skin has never been able to tan.
Same. And my skin doesn't tan like evenly. Like my stomach will get really tan, but my chest will not get tan whatsoever at all. So like
that's interesting.
I just like putting on a big fake tan just to make it all one color.
Yeah. My stomach gets like ridiculously dark. And then like the rest of my body tans too. But like my stomach is like at least 2 or 3 shades darker than my whole body.
Yeah, I wonder why that is. Like when I used to tan in a tanning bed and my stomach would just get really dark and that's it.
Oh, that's so interesting.
That's so funny.
Even in a tanning bed because that's like pretty even.
When you talk about nostalgia.
Oh my God, I know.
Yeah.
I loved the tanning beds.
Self-tanning just like really boosts the confidence.
I know. It makes me feel so good, but I love routine. So like I'll take a shower, do an everything shower that when I go to bed, and then I'll wake up and then I'll put on the self-tan and I'll keep it on all day long. And I love that color. But then once I take a shower that night, it's like most of it washes off.
That's why
I don't know. I just want to be darker.
Saint-Tropez as much because I feel like
it's not dark enough.
Or like it goes away faster. Like once you rinse it off, then it feels more like it went away. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you think Tanologist
I sleep in it
does better? Yeah.
I think so. I think loving dark for like the deepest, darkest tan. I think loving tan is the best. But it's more expensive too.
Does it go on in color?
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't do like the clear ones because then I can't see. Is that what you're worried about? Yeah.
Well, because my Tanologist, I use extra dark and that one's not clear. The extra dark has color to it. But it does get on my sheets and
for
stuff,
San Diego.
I just don't care. Yeah.
I've been loving Coco Kind as like a skincare brand. They sent me a few things like a few weeks ago. Their sunscreen and their ceramide serum have been like making such a difference and just like making my face feel so much more hydrating. And then like the vitamin C from Naturium is just
I bought that.
Incredible.
Although my skin is so
like
sensitive. Like even with vitamin C, I have to be so careful about it because it just my skin barrier.
You have to like ease into it.
Yeah. So I've been putting it over my moisturizer.
The ceramide serum might be good. The ceramide serum may be really good then.
Okay.
Because that will help build back your skin barrier. I did like that was like my biggest thing. I'm so mad. I wish that somebody had taught me about a fucking skin barrier. I stripped the shit out of my skin barrier.
Well, I still do
for 25 plus years.
Like when your skin starts like flaking or getting dry.
I just know like
from like the products.
You're just like stripping all the moisture. Like if your skin like can't keep moisture in, like that's kind of like one of the signs. It's like you just like ruin the like top layer of your skin, so like it just can't protect you.
Did you ever want to be an esthetician?
Like, no, because I didn't really like dealing with people's like zits and stuff.
I feel like I could see you doing that, like talking to people and like doing more like medical skincare more.
Yeah. I've never like when I wanted to be a doctor, I never wanted to do like derm.
Well, I feel like skin stuff can be like grosser almost. It's like
yeah, it can be. And I did not want to do that at all. So if I could do like all the pretty stuff, I would, but like that's not.
I can't wait until my spironolactone like really starts working because I have not been using like any skincare products. I'm afraid anything I put on my face is going to give me a zit. So I like am waiting till my face starts clearing up and then I'm going to like get into it again.
Yeah, that'll be good. I've also been really obsessed with the Tarte Tubey mascara still. I got it in Austin at South by Southwest and just love. It makes my lashes so long.
Ooh, L'Oreal in that package they sent me of mascaras, they put in like one of those like priming mascaras, like where it's white.
Oh, I need
one of those.
Yeah.
It's really
I've used to use it, but
I hear that's how you keep it from flaking. Because like I get so annoyed when a mascara that I like starts flaking.
It helps the flaking and it like builds, like it adds like fibers to your lashes almost, so then when you put the mascara on top it like looks way longer. But
which
then
one
it does
is your
kind of
favorite?
flake more.
L'Oreal.
I have literally no idea what mascara they're called, so that's not very helpful whatsoever.
What about like do you know tubing like the colors?
Black.
That's so
helpful.
I'll have to go look this up later and I'll post it in our Facebook group. The white primer is white and then the other one is black.
so helpful.
But
I've recently been obsessed with curling my eyelashes.
I cannot figure out how to make it work. They don't work for me.
What?
Well, like what are we talking about? Because I don't know how delayed I am.
The
curling
thing.
Oh, yeah. So I used to like think that it never did anything either. But like recently I've been curling my lashes like really hard and then just not putting mascara on. And it totally makes a difference. I've been liking that lately.
I'll try again. I literally just bought a new one.
Really?
And I tried it a couple times and I was like, this is not really doing anything. I feel like it's going to pull my eyelashes out.
I like didn't curl
try
the
it
other
again.
day and I noticed such a difference.
Do you do it with your mascara on or before?
Before.
You have to do it before. But sometimes I'll curl it like too much and I'll just feel my eyelashes like touching my eyelid because they're like too curled.
Wait, but you tried that heated one, Dev?
Yeah, it doesn't work. Because the metal ones are like really thin and like gets a really good pinch.
Yeah.
The heated one was like really thick and plastic, and it just didn't get that like crimp.
I have friends who just heat theirs up with a blow dryer.
Yeah.
Before. And then
I did that. Oh. It was a freaking pain to like get the blow dryer out, plug it in. Like I'd rather get a lighter or something.
Yeah, or a lighter. My last obsession is just going back to therapy because I've had 2 appointments now, and it just like has made me feel better just to be able to get out any thoughts during this time. And it's like I don't know, she's very nice. Like I feel like it's easy to talk to her, and I feel like offers me like solutions more than my last therapist.
Oh,
like
good.
Where my old therapist would kind of just let me come to realizations. Like this girl's like, oh, well, why do you think this? Like I was talking about just like my whole thing of feeling shitty about Cameron mostly supporting us financially, and like how I just think no matter how much he tells me that he supports my dreams and has no resentment towards me, like I just think that can't be true. Like how could you possibly not resent me right now? Like I just don't believe him. And so she was like, well, why don't you trust him? And then like her saying that made me be like, oh, because I do fully trust him in every other circumstance. And so she was like, why don't you just talk to him and tell him, like, if you ever start feeling that, will you 100% make sure that you bring up those feelings towards me if you do start feeling that? So, like, I was like, oh, okay. So I told him that night. I was like, okay, I'm so excited to go talk to him. And then I told him that, and he was like, I've literally been saying this to you for months. And he's like, and now that a professional tells you. And he's like, of course I'll tell you when I start feeling that way, but I don't feel that way. And I was like, okay, great. And I think since then I felt like way better.
That's awesome.
I like that.
That's inspiring.
There's a therapist on TikTok that I found that I like really want to go to. Like she's made me like more excited, and like you talking about therapy like has made me more excited about trying again.
That's good. And it was $10. My appointments are $10 with my insurance.
That's insane.
Oh my God.
Like, yeah. Like,
I don't
that's
think
so
my insurance
accessible.
covers therapy.
Oh, really?
I wonder if BetterHelp like actually can like help find a good one that's like affordable.
I wonder.
Do you do it in person or on the phone?
I've been doing it just over Zoom, but she does have an office in person, so I could do both. It's closer to our new house, so I might go in person at least a few times. But BetterHelp's been like under fire more recently, just with like bad therapists and not great people, because it's not really regulated that well. I think like overall it's a good idea, and like obviously it's great to provide people with more therapy, but I think they need to have more regulations.
I was gonna try it, but it was like you have to go every week, so you have to pay like $80 a week or something. And I also like literally put in my preferences that I wanted a female therapist, and they assigned me to a male therapist, and then I was like, never mind, I don't want to do this. Like you didn't even
What?
Yeah.
That's so why?
Yeah,
I would literally never have a male therapist.
Also, like everybody that promotes it does not use it, you know?
No.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Like everybody, like it's very prominently promoted on podcasts.
That's actually such a good,
But like they say it, but they like,
because
they go, I love therapy.
They're like,
I saw
this
my
is a
therapist
really great
today.
service.
Yeah. They're like, I love my therapist, but you should do BetterHelp. But they're not saying that they use BetterHelp.
Yeah, and it does make sense. Like that seems like it'd be a great partnership, because you could be like, oh, I love therapy. Like it is true, but it's different.
Yeah, I'd rather just recommend
they
people
definitely
find their
should
own
have
therapist.
more people that use it. Yeah. Because then they can like actually provide like help and tips and stuff for finding a therapist on BetterHelp versus them trying to do it on their own.
Yeah. I kind of said that was my last obsession, but also it's just still Taylor Swift, because I just love that. Like
I was going to say that
new things from old things.
I've recently been obsessed with a few Taylor Swift songs. I've been listening to her a lot of her music lately. Let me see what's on my playlist. I love High Infidelity. I love Dress. I've been loving Dress lately, and False God.
Ooh, love them.
Yeah, I never listened to those albums either.
When is your concert? Are you going to Taylor Swift?
No.
I thought
she
you
came
bought
here
tickets
a long time ago. No, I didn't. I couldn't get tickets.
That was when
I tried to go in Phoenix, but yeah.
No, you bought tickets to Chelsea Handler.
Yes. But for some reason, I cannot be obsessed with Taylor Swift. I don't know why. I love her music. I like her as a person, but I don't know how I wish I could be obsessed with her because she puts out so much music and like everybody's obsessed with her, but like, no, I got to be obsessed with the most random shit.
Do you mean obsessed with her as a person or obsessed with her music?
Everything. Like how I obsess
feel
over
the same
Daisy
way.
Jones
Like
and the Six.
Yeah. I really love like her music. I love her as a person. I love like she's inspiring, but I don't have that same like I'm gonna die if I don't hear her music type of thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird
or
because
like I'm excited every time she
like
posts
so much
or something.
joy.
Yeah.
And I like her music. Like I enjoy playing it, but
like I don't want to go watch her interviews or anything.
you don't want to memorize her life.
No. Yeah. I've never watched like a live stream from her tour. Like I just don't. I don't know why. I wish I could, but I can't. Yeah, I don't know.
Dev, do you have any other obsessions?
The Hello Sunshine TikTok account.
Did they reply you?
They liked one of my TikToks. But yeah, they reply to me a lot.
Oh.
Because I always comment on their Daisy Jones and the Six videos. But they've been putting out a lot of cool content. And so like every day I'm like, oh, did Hello Sunshine post anything today? It's like ridiculous. But they've been putting out like the actors' audition tapes and shit. I haven't
love audition tapes.
It's so fun.
Are you just dying at every time they post Daisy Jones?
Yeah, that's what I'm living for. Like, that's the only Daisy Jones content I have now, you know? So, like, oh, did they post something today? It's like my obsession. And then I try not to, I like comment on every single video and I try not to be like a weirdo, but yeah.
It's hard to keep it down.
Yeah, I'm containing myself.
Well, hey, it's good for you because you could get invited to like a movie premiere or, you know.
I wish they did partnerships because it's Hello Sunshine and Reese's Book Club. They're both like basically the same thing. But like they don't. Like why would Reese's Book Club need to do a partnership? Amazon
Studios could do it, or like, you know, because you're like connected with them.
Yeah.
If they come up with a list of people to invite, you could be
there.
If
there's ever another season of Daisy Jones, I'm going to be at all of those events. I'm going to make it happen. And they're going to send me all the PR. Yeah.
Do you think that they're going to create one?
This is my toxic ex relationship. I have no idea. I hope. I'm holding on to hope. I won't let go that, you know, that they'll announce a second season.
That wouldn't happen, right?
Have you written them?
Another book?
No. They do second seasons without another book all the time. They're doing 9 Perfect Strangers, a second season that was based on one book.
Oh, I forgot that was
Big Little Lies. They did a second season.
True.
But yeah, I mean,
another book from Taylor.
I know. I need another one too. It'd be cool if she did one about like
one that I just couldn't.
Yeah. It'd be fun if she did one about like SNL or something. Because she does like books like that.
Yeah, like you think like a book along the lines of like Seven Husbands, Carrie Soto, Daisy Jones style?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would like another one of those.
Yeah, me too.
I really like. It's so funny. I really was like so not into it at all, and then Daisy Jones, like watching it and then reading the book, like completely changed my mind.
Yeah,
I even feel like Malibu Rising has some of those still similar.
Yeah, they have like those characters. Well, in the one was a professional surfer and a model or whatever.
Which one? The Malibu Rising?
Malibu Rising, yeah.
Yeah. I would like another like tennis book. I just love
just Taylor, just write tennis books from now on, please.
Just write tennis. Love. Wimbledon is starting. Very excited.
That's exciting.
I know. My aunt's going, and I'm like, oh, I would love to just go with you right here. Get all the outfits.
Yeah. Well,
you're gonna go see Taylor Swift on tour in London.
Oh my God, when is that?
Cool.
Next year, but it's like
let's go.
All the good dates are like right around my wedding. I'm like,
oh. But see, that's the shit I would do for Ellie Goulding
next year. Go to London.
Shit you did do.
Have you been to London? You did go to London for Ellie?
No, that's the shit that I would do.
You went to London for... Oh, yeah. That's pretty cool. Did you like her interview from Skinny Confidential?
Yeah.
She's cool.
Yeah. Love her.
Okay. Well, thank you for listening to another episode of So Glad We're Friends. We hope you found some new things that you could be obsessed with, new shows to watch and things to read and whatnot. Make sure you go subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us wherever you listen to podcasts, and leave us a review. And we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.